Whew. All right. This lighting is not that great. Hi, everybody. So it's me, G1 Writer with G1 Insights. And today is Sensation Saturday, Saturday Sensation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am super excited. I'm a little bit late though because I'm supposed to start exactly at 10 p.m. But what can I say? We are still dealing with some of that Mercury retrograde energy. So right now, I'm just thankful to be able to even just be here in this moment and do this with you. Okay. So I'm going to give you all a few minutes to jump on. And while you guys are doing that, I'll be right back. Okay. Ooh. All right. I'm back, friends. Okay. So here we go. So today's topic is love and hate. Ooh. Okay. So love hate relationships. Woo. This is deep just because I don't know how you guys feel about love hate relationships, but for me, it's like toxic. And these, to me, it's like one of those relationships where it's toxic, but you can't help it. Like, even just being in that relationship, just because you have these really huge emotions or feelings towards someone. So you just can't help it, right? You got that love hate thing going. You love them, but ooh, they get on your nerves so bad. It's irritating, makes you want to hate them. I remember an experience that I had, like, of course, years ago, okay? And I had a woman tell me, because her guy was like, look, all up on me, sweating me, chasing me down. And I said, well, he told me he don't want to deal with you. You know what homegirl told me? I told her, I said, yeah, well, he said that he hate you. He don't want to be with you. He can't stand your ass. You're a nag. Like, I was going on and on, right? And she said, uh, she told me about myself. She was like, for future reference, honey, when a man says he hates someone, 9 out of 10 is because he really do love that person. And I thought about that long and hard. Like, bitch, first of all, that didn't even make sense. Right? But then years later, of course, I'm matured. I've learned a lot. And at this day and age where I am mentally right now, I feel like that could not have been further from the truth. I think it is like dead on, actually. So love and hate is, even though to most people love and hate is different, right? They're different, right? They have different meanings. One is like all sweet and sensitive and beautiful, while hate is like, ugh, and sometimes aggressive and full of fear and doubt and a whole bunch of other things that we don't like, right? But the thing is, love and hate, comes to find out, they are not opposites. So while they are different, they are not opposite. They are, in fact, very much the same. So they are so much the same that they actually do mirror each other. It's kind of like an explosive menu of just emotions. Very, very raw emotions, okay? And I'm not talking about love and hate where you're being verbally abused and then the next minute he says, I love you. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the type of love and hate where you can find yourself so infatuated with a person, like the way they think, the way they move, the way they respond to things, the way they treat you, the way they love you, right? And then in the next moment, like another day or 2 days, you guys fight so bad. So you got this really, really tense thing going on between the two of you. And it's like, oh, it's like yin yang. It's like you pull, I push type of thing, right? Or it's like the more you try to go forward and show something or show love or show some type of care in the world, they're the one pulling away. Right. And so you guys are doing this in that relationship. It's like What's that toy that we used to play with back in the day? Oh, a yo-yo. Yes, it's like a yo-yo. So it's just like boom, boom, back and forth, back and forth. And it's like you're happy, you're crazy in love, you're excited, and then you can't stand this motherfucker. And you can't stand this person for several reasons. I mean, each of you would know what you can't stand about a person, right? However, I come to realize that you cannot necessarily hate someone if you don't care for them in some type of way, okay? So when we go about our day and we say, I don't like this person irritates me, I hate them, they get on my nerve, they make me feel so uncomfortable, they wouldn't even be able to have that actual effect on you if you didn't really care about them in a sense, in the first place, right? Like it just don't go that way, right? So in love, it's so interesting because it's like you wouldn't even love someone. Like I've experienced this too, where I disliked someone or didn't want to date someone and then come to find out that I really do like this person, right? So it's interesting that even though love and hate can be very different, they are not really opposites, okay? And so it is the same thing. And you guys know I'm very big on like zodiacs and astrology. So I want to give you an example. Let's say Capricorn and Aquarius, for example. Some say Capricorns can be very boring, blah, blah, blah. They just like to work all the time. They just want to be in responsibility and learn all day. They're not really like the most fun zodiac sign. That's what, quote unquote, a lot of people say. Sorry if you're a Capricorn, you are watching this. Yes, there are a bunch of haters in the world. But in the same note, they love Capricorns for that same exact reason. So it is scary. However, I'm going to show you what I mean. Aquarius people are very different. They can be very aloof, though, just like Capricorn, but their aloofness is more about attitude. And I think Capricorn's aloofness is more about emotion. Like they're not that emotional and they can be quite distant in that area. So yet we have an air sign and we have an earth sign, right? And air sign, Aquarius, they are rebellious. They like to show out and act crazy and be impulsive and have fun. Whereas Capricorn is very assertive, right? I think that's a good word. Capricorns can be very assertive, sometimes a bit too serious, and sometimes you do got to tickle Capricorns to make them shake up a little bit, right? But this is where I can actually say that they are not opposites. They are different in nature, but they are not opposites. Both of their ruling planets are Saturn. They're both naturally ruled by Saturn, which means they both have this sophisticated, assertive nature about themselves, right? So seeing them together, it can be one way or the other. It's like they actually really do complement one another. So in a very strange way. So Aquarius can actually show Capricorn how to loosen up and be themselves and let their hair down and to have fun. Whereas Capricorn can actually show Aquarius how to take care of daily responsibilities, how to have more stability in their life, how to be more gracious in the way that they think and the way that they move, and how to save money and how to be more authentic with the way that they carry themselves, right? So I think that even though that they are different with the way that they do things by nature, they are very, very different. However, they are not opposites. They are not opposites, okay? And so with that being said, I just wanted to kind of break that down for you for an example, just to kind of, so you guys can see what I mean. So I'll give you another example on the same topic of Aquarius and Capricorn, right? For example, like Capricorns can be, like this is where I will say that they are not opposites. They can both be demanding, right? They can be very bossy. They both can be very bossy, Aquarius and Capricorn. And I think that is where that Saturn energy coming at, because Saturn is like the father figure for all planets. Like Saturn is the planet that teaches us, right? It get us in line. And that is how Aquarius and Capricorns are. They like to get you in line. They can be very bossy, and they have a very sweet, strategic way on how they know how to actually manipulate people into doing what they want. And so though, if you was to put Aquarius and a Capricorn in the same room, they actually like those qualities in each other. Like, it's actually really interesting. The only problem comes where you have Capricorn trying to boss the Aquarius around and the Aquarius trying to boss Capricorn around. That is when the big clash will happen. Okay? Because yet they are so different, but they are not necessarily the opposite. Okay? They are very much alike when it comes to the way that they address situations, the way that they handle family situations or finances, for example. The only difference is, like I said, is that Capricorns can be more strategic when it comes to planning and processing and saving their money. Aquarius also love money, but they go about it in impulsive ways. So, I mean, you know, just to bring it back to the point of the whole love and hate relationship thing, I wanted to just kind of give you guys an example of what that looks like. It's like, I love them, but I can't stand them. And the reason why you can't stand them is because they are either somewhat just like you, right? Or you actually do care for that person, because you wouldn't really care. I mean, you really wouldn't hate or love someone if you didn't care about them, in a sense. Okay. And you don't really have to even be in love with a person. It doesn't even have to be your spouse. This can be a sibling. This could be like, you ever had a sibling, right, that you really, really love, right? But then you just can't stand their ass because for some reason y'all just either don't click, y'all always got to fight, y'all always disagreeing, y'all always arguing, but you just love them because they dope as hell. You like the way they dress, you like they swag, right? But the things that they do in life, or the way they carry themselves, or maybe the type of people that they like to date, maybe it irritates you for whatever reason, right? Or maybe it's just something that they always tend to do to you that gets you to be upset with them. This can even be your parents, okay? Your parents can also be in a love-hate relationship with you. Okay, where you just absolutely love your parents because maybe they taught you some really cool values and core values, and maybe they really kind of instilled those things inside of you, and they really showed you what life was really all about. However, they have a tendency to always shoot down your goals or your dreams, or make you feel unloved or unwanted, right? Maybe they have a certain way that they show love. Maybe they show love in a very non-emotional, unattached, logical type of way, right? Maybe your parents are like that, right? So maybe your parents want the best for you, but they can be very, like, you know, aloof in their area, right? They could be very stoic and very, like, mean at times, and sometimes they can even be critical. So when you have a love-hate relationship with your parents, it can be tough. Especially if you're the parents and you have a love-hate relationship with your child, just understand that for the child, it can be very difficult being in a love-hate relationship, because it's like the parent obviously want the best, and sometimes parents can be very dominating and very bossy as well. They can be very, very hard on their child that they have this love-hate relationship with. But deep inside, it's because they only truly want the best. So you might be the parent that had this undeniable love-hate relationship. Like, I love my kid, but I can't be around my kid because their attitude sucks. You know, or they're always snapping at me. They're always giving me an attitude. They're always saying nasty things to me. They're always being disrespectful. No matter how nice I try to be, you know, no matter what I do for them, they either don't love me or they don't appreciate me, right? Like, you might be that parent, or you might be that child that says, you know what, like, I mean, not the child, but the child of your parents, obviously. I mean, even if you're grown, you're still really considered a child to your parents, right? So you might be the child that have this love-hate relationship with your parent. And again, even though it may be hard on you, imagine how they feel. What if you're the child making them feel unloved and unappreciated, or, making them feel like you don't really care about them too much, But love-hate relationships definitely is a lot deeper than just a one-on-one thing. It's deeper than just spousal love, right? Like it goes for bigger than that. It's bigger than that. So it could be your siblings, your parents, close friends. You ever even had a friend? Oh my God, you ever even had a friend where there's a love-hate relationship? I don't know about you, but I definitely have had. I have had a love-hate relationship with a few friends. And I'm going to tell you, one of the best ways on how to handle a love-hate relationship is when you simply allow. Number one rule to everything: allow the art of allowing. Allow it to naturally happen, to naturally flow. Okay? Love that person from a distance. Even in your weakest moment, even when you feel like the world is against you, even when you feel like the world is about to end, even when you feel like you just can't do this anymore, love that person from a distance and allow. Allow is like the number one. It really should be like the only reason, but it's not. But allow should really be like number one. The minute you are comfortable with allowing someone else to be themselves, right? Everything changes. Your perception of them change. So let's retreat. Let's go back a step when I was talking about the whole Capricorn Aquarius thing. If an Aquarius and Capricorns, because a lot of people think Capricorns and Aquarius can't be together. And I don't really think that's true. I think they can. The only issue is this: they have to work on the art of allowing it to happen, allowing each other to be themselves, understanding that, hey, I'm bossy, she's bossy too. Let's not argue with each other. Okay? How about you don't try to control me and I won't try to control you? That type of allowing. How about you focus on me and I'll focus on you? Or how about, we, instead of us trying to manipulate and control every aspect of our relationship, how about we actually truly get to understand and learn about one another and the type of things that we need and require in a relationship, and decide for ourselves that this is something we really want to do instead of getting into the relationship trying to change that person. So, and Capricorns and Aquarius both have that way about them where they like to control. Woo! So, okay. So again, it's all about the art of allowing. That is number one. This is the thing. Okay. Number two. Okay. The thing is, I'm running out of time, but this is number two. All right. First, you have to also be comfortable. And this is really should have been number one. And then number two should have just been allowing. But number one is really getting comfortable being yourself and not being afraid to let others know what type of person you are. Okay. So a lot of people think that love-hate relationships are toxic, and I am guilty. I am guilty as charged. I am one of those people that think that love-hate relationships are toxic. It is bad for your health. But in the same notation, okay, listen, I have Aries as my rising sign and Capricorn as my sun sign. Okay. So a part of me, the assertive, serious side of me, is like, no, this is just toxic. Like there's no way in hell a love-hate relationship can work. Nope. Right. And then the fun, sweet, sexy, Aries side of me is like, oh yeah, we can work this out, right? Like we can fix this. So, don't mind my little contradictions there. Okay. I can't help it. Okay. But listen, you have to be comfortable with who you are. You know how many times people tell me all my life, you are loud. Oh my God, do I wear my loud badge? I wear it with honor. I am loud. But you know what I do? I date people that's loud. I have friends that is also loud. We have fun together. Well, I'll have friends that compliment my loudness. Like if I'm loud, they're quiet. If I'm assertive, they're wild. If I'm the fun type around them, then most certainly they'll probably be the more wild one. If I'm the wild one, they'll be quiet, right? So I learned to mix up my personality. Like I know how to now, be okay with being with the crazy girl in the club because I know that I have that side to me as well. Right. And it's funny to me. But then I also realized I am loud as hell. So I never understood why I used to hate when other people get loud, but I'm loud as hell. Like I'm so freaking loud. And my excuse was, well, I'm from New York. I can be loud. That was always my excuse, is that I'm from New York and I'm loud. That was always my excuse. But no, I dig deeper than that, right? And I realized that's me. You either like it, you love it, you don't, oh wow, screw you. I'm only going to be around people that is okay with the art of allowing, that is okay with me being myself, that won't try to change me because my personality is fucking amazing, right? So I learned to basically really surround myself around people that are okay with the art of allowing. So number one was simply being okay with you, your loudness, your craziness, right? Your bossiness. If you know you're a bossy person, tell that person straight up, look, I'm a bossy motherfucker. Okay, I am bossy. Okay, even in your friendships, let them know, I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk to you that way. I just have a really, really assertive nature about myself. And sometimes it could come off as being a bit demanding or a bit bossy or controlling, but I do apologize, right? They're going to either do two things. They either going to fuck with you or they not. Simple. What harm can it do? Hey, at the end of the day, at least you walked away with your integrity intact. At least you walked away feeling amazing. You walked away feeling good because you did not have to change who you were for nobody. So it feels so good when you allow the art of allowing into your world because you don't have to change for nobody. Like you don't have to change for a soul at all. And it feels so good to just be able to be in charge of my own art of allowing. It just feels so good. So the whole idea of love-hate relationships, can they really work? It's possible. It is a possibility. Okay. But we first have to be okay with ourselves. And once we are okay with ourselves, then we will naturally begin to gravitate to people, right? Or people will naturally gravitate themselves to us who behave the same way. So we all got at least 3 or 4 different sides to us, really 7, really if you count the other planets, right? But we all got about 7 different sides to us. Like, for example, I can list you 3 about me, okay? I can be very sensitive. I can be very serious and aloof and, in my own little world and non-emotionally attached, right? But then I can also be like, hey, turn the fuck up. Like I could turn into a whole nother person. And guess what? That is why I start to surround myself around different type of friends and different type of groups, different type of areas. Because I want to be comfortable. Like, let me tell you something. I want to be so comfortable around whoever I'm dealing with that when I kick off my shoes or I go to their house, I could just relax. Like, I don't want to have to be perfect, right? I want to just be me. I want to be happy. And I am 4 minutes past my mark. I'm going to get you guys. Oh, I just love talking to you guys, right? But I'm so serious. Like, when I'm hanging around people that I know and love, I want to be comfortable. Like, I want to be so comfortable, I could just snatch my wig off. I want to be so comfortable that no matter what happens, we can just laugh at it. Like, if I bust my ass on the floor, we can just all bust out laughing. Or if you guys laugh and I get mad, you know exactly what to do to cheer me up because you already know my personality, right? So, yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to be okay with yourself. So that way you do begin to start to surround yourself around people who mirror exactly who you are. So even if you do have a love-hate relationship with a friend, with a spouse, with your parents, or with your children, it wouldn't even matter. Okay? Because you can still love those people from a distance. Now, let's get into the point, because like I said, I am a firm believer that sometimes love-hate relationships can kind of be a bit too toxic. But I realize that there is a way to make it work. But again, we have to be okay with ourselves, and we have to be okay with the art of allowing others to be comfortable with who they are. Okay. And then once you are comfortable and you again allow others to be comfortable, now we are all happy because nobody is trying to control anybody. Nobody is judging anyone. Nobody is trying to hurt anyone. It is all love. It is all respect. It is all beautiful. Right. And we are all loving each other. And so love-hate relationships, they do very well exist. But again, love, and I'm going to close this out, is that, you cannot hate someone if you don't care about them. So it stems from something. So try to, in the moment of feeling like I cannot stand this person, I hate this person, try to redirect your thought pattern and try your best to remember what you love about that person. Because again, you wouldn't hate them if you didn't love them. And once you go back and you find out the things that you do love about that person, try to focus on at least one thing that you love about that person every single day. And then now you are getting comfortable again with the whole idea of the art of allowing. Now you are getting comfortable with that idea. Now you are aware of your actions. You are now aware of their actions and how they respond to when you say things. It's just simple knowledge, guys. Learn people. But if you really feel in your hearts of heart that they are way too toxic, and every time you're around them, it just doesn't work, but you really do love that person, but you just can't stand their energy, then by all means, just love that person from a distance. Don't try to force a love-hate relationship to make it work. Like, don't try to force it to work. It's not going to happen. Not a love-hate relationship that is way too toxic. It's not going to happen. Okay? If you realize that every time you're trying to be positive and you're trying to be happy and you're trying to just be in your moment of victory, and they just always trying to find a way to steal your joy, like they just observing the room, or they're observing your personality, they're observing your interests and the things that make you happy, and they're only doing that just so they can find a way to distract you or to hurt you, or they're planning in some type of spiritual attack on you for some weird reason. Yeah. Love-hate relationships are real. And it even happens in twin flame relationships as well. Okay? So again, get okay with your own art of allowing, which is forgiving yourself for being crazy in the first place, right? You got to learn to love you. And I mean all of you, not just the physical you. I'm talking about the internal you, the spiritual you. Start to love you and appreciate your crazy. And then when you get with someone else, you can now learn to appreciate their crazy. Okay? So the answer is yes. A love-hate relationship can work. Okay? I love you guys, but I gotta go. I went 8 minutes over. That is not good. Okay? I've been challenging myself to do 20 minutes. And today, I think this is one of them topics that really touched me. So I love you guys. Please comment below. Today is Saturday Sensation. Monday is Monday Prosperity Mondays. Tarot Tuesday is coming up. Thursday, Think It Over Thursday. And then Saturday Sensation. Okay? So guys, there are the days. Okay, I had to get more comfortable with the time slots that I'll be doing my videos. Some will be like now, they will be going live, and then some of them will be pre-recorded and uploaded. So if you would like to have notifications on when I go live or when I'm uploading a video, all you have to do is just subscribe, hit that like button. Please share this message around the world. Show some love. Thank you so much for your time and your energy. And thank you for such an interesting topic. Shout out to those of you who actually did message me because that has been something that was on my mind, and I'm glad that you guys actually did bring it up because I've been dying to talk about it. So listen, if you actually have a topic that you would like us to discuss here on G1 Insights, then you let me know. Okay, email me, drop it in the comments below. It is what it is, baby. Okay, and I will see you on Prosperity Monday. Mwah. Bye, guys. Did it end? No. Okay.